Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the master of mayhem, Craig Charles.
This is it. This is where the carnage gets cranked up a gear. The Premier League of robots pushed to the limits. It's sheer destruction. It's death or glory, and it's going to give hell a bad name. So are you ready for it? I said, are you ready for it? Then let's go extreme. Tonight, who's got the ball to challenge the awesome behemoth?
Yes, that's right, Craig. Tonight's main event will be our challenge belt. Behemoth, the current holders, have thrown down the gauntlet to any would-be challengers. But while we find a team with both the brains and brawn to beat those Behemoth boys, let's take a look at what else is on tonight's show. In a moment, there's a chance to settle old scores in our vengeance battle between Tornado and Stinger. There's full-on carnage in our metal-mashing mayhem. And there are two battles featuring the best of the best in our all-star competition. And all that before our main event, the challenge belt. And Behemoth are in the pits right now with a message of intent for tonight's show.
We're Team Behemoth. This is a challenge belt. We've got it, we deserve it. If you want it, come and get it.
Sounds like fighting talk to me. They've been given the belt because they say they're unbeatable. And tonight, they're taking on all comers. But talk's not good enough, not an extreme, because we want action. What do we want? Julia, I hear you can kick us off in blockbuster style.
Yes, I certainly can, Craig, because if you're a robot with a grudge, then on Extreme, you can settle it the hard way. In the war zone and back looking angrier than ever are the Tornado team. What do you want, team?
Vengeance!
Why?
Stinger have said we're a box on wheels. We're going to show them what we can do. They're boring. My mother hates them. They just spin round in a circle. We're going to show them who's boss.
Well, if Andrew's mum's not happy, nor am I.
They want vengeance, so let the wars begin!
Warzone, get ready for the first of our grudge fights. Tornado against Stinger. Their mums don't like each other. Mother's pride, no place to duck and dive. Jules is in the pits with Tornado.
Hey, Stinger, I'm with Tornado. Listen up.
We're going to take the sting out your tail.
We're going to wipe the floor with you. We're going to blow you away. There's a tornado coming.
Well, they certainly talk the talk quite well. What do you make of all that?
Oh, they're like any other tornado, Jules. They're all hot air.
Very clever. Do you think you genuinely can match them?
They just got a big, boring box. It might be strong, but it hasn't got a weapon. We got a tail in here that hits like a sledgehammer.
And what's your message for Tornado?
Be afraid, be very afraid, you're gonna get stung.
From Branston, Lincoln, Stinger.
Grand finalists in the fourth series of Robot Wars, the spiked bludgeoning devices back attached to two spherical wheels and the solid steel tail. All the motors, batteries and power electronics are mounted in the wheels.
I'm Kevin Scott, team captain. This is Carl Skinner and Tim Mann. The three of us put this creation together. We came third in the last wars, and we're looking to go all the way with an axe and two wheels.
From Huntingdon, in Cambridgeshire, Tornado.
A box on wheels, very powerful semi-finalists from Series 4, back with a new 15-kilo spinning disc running at 2,000 RPM. A low gear ratio, and at 97 kilos is the heavier in this vengeance battle.
Hi, my name's Andrew Marchant. This is Brian Moss. This is David Gamble. We are Team Tornado. Remember how we pushed all the other robots around last year? Well, we're going to do the same this year, and this year we have this. Everybody beware.
And launched into the arena for this vengeance contest, two of our own masters of mayhem, Sir Kill-A-Lot, no weaknesses, and standing shoulder to shoulder, dead metal with the electric saw, and ready to guffaw.
Roboteers.
Stinger with Kevin Scott at the controls and Andrew Marchant, the captain of Tornado.
3, 2,
who's got an electroacoustic engineer, and indeed part of the weaponry of Tornado came from a loudspeaker production line. Stinger slamming down with that bludgeoning spike, turning quickly. You get up to 18 miles an hour. It's the faster of these two robots. Tornado with the lower centre of gravity, nibbling away, nudging towards the flame pit, angered at Giants that it's just a box on wheels, and throughout this series of Robot War Extreme, the vengeance battles give plenty of opportunity for teams to get their own back. Tornado with a new cutting disc, and I think that cutting disc just flipped Stinger up in the air. That was a good attack by Tornado. Let's have a look at it again. Watch that cutting disc. It's an innovation for this series. Stinger bounces down and can drive each way up. It's not technically a 3-mech. Andrew Marchant's Tornado could also drive either way up, and it drives Stinger now into the corner control zone and into the clutches of Death Metal. Oh, it's just out. Stinger, that's a great thumping crunch down on Death Metal. He loved it, didn't he? I love his hair. Look at that. Down comes the great bludgeon on Death Metal. And a poke in the eye for one of the house robots there from Stinger. He's the more aggressive of these, though. I wonder what the robo-ref thinks about that as it looks on. You can see there from the control box of the Tornado team. Plenty of work going on. Tornado across the flame pit. That's the Stinger boys, Kevin Scott, Carl Skinner and Tim Mann. Frantic use of the controls, good steering. Tornado again, the aggressor. It's a thumping bash Stinger gave Death Metal up there, and Death Metal's obviously hot under the collar and comes down after Tornado this time, wanting vengeance of its own. Death Metal, look at this, comes out, gets the claws around Tornado, gets the saw onto the basic frame of Tornado as well, and smoke came up from the welded steel chassis of Tornado. They seem okay now. Death Metal is very much part of the war zone now. Tornado still nudging away at the Stinger. Elusive Stinger, difficult to deal with. That's Kill-A-Lot. Look at those great claws. Oh, yes! Got Stinger by the chassis, by the axle. Ho-ho! Stinger, you're going out of the arena, or into a flame pit, or into the pit of oblivion. Oh, no, he's saying. No, yes, 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 yes. Get the wig off and get out of the arena. No, you are so lucky, Stinger. And the Stinger fan club can breathe a huge sigh of relief. That's a mighty fan club. There are the two of them, Stinger and Tornado together. Tornado locking horns with Stinger. This is a great battle, isn't it? This is why we've lined up the vengeance battles for you in Robot Wars Extreme. The best of the robots pitted together. Tornado slamming into Stinger once again. Very even battle, I think, here. They've both shown great aggression and control. A little bit of damage perhaps there to one of the tyres. Can you see what I'm talking about there? Oh, time running out. Refbot counting up to the 10 to count them out.
Cease.
Too close to call. It goes to the judges. No time now to dodge the issue or fudge, because the three expert men have to judge. That is what the crowd want. And our panel of judges for Extreme are Professor Martin Smith from the University of Central England in Birmingham, Professor Noel Sharkey from the Computer Science Department at the University of Sheffield, and Matt Irwin, a visual effects designer and model maker. This is what the judges will be looking at. Both robots suffering from the house robots, but in the end still standing. This one very, very close to call. It's nervy up there in the control cabins. I've just heard from the judges, they've gone for Tornado. Very, very close. Stinger beaten. Vengeance belongs to Tornado.
So, by the skin of your teeth, you won that, don't you think?
By the skin of our teeth, that we were in control the whole of that battle. We're completely happy with that judge's decision. That was brilliant.
It was a very first test of our new weapon, and we're extremely pleased. I think when you go over there and have a look at that, you'll find quite a few big holes right in the middle of it.
So I take it you're not too happy about that then? Not too happy?
Look, we are unmarked. This robot is perfect to go out there again, and we was robbed. We're going to get them next time. You wait.
We'll be back. Stronger, faster, better than it was before. You have been warned.
Grudges and vengeance. That's what we like on Extreme. And proof that in the war zone, coming second is not an option. Now, another robot who doesn't take any prisoners is Behemoth. They're back, and this time they say they're unbeatable. Well, Julia, I'd say prove it.
Yes, Craig, and that's what WAR, the World Association of Robotics, said too, because when they heard Behemoth's claim, they decided to present them with this fantastic challenge belt. Team, before I give it to you, why do you think you're unbeatable?
Well, we are the best. We are indestructible.
Confident. Let me explain the rules of the challenge to you. Anyone can challenge to fight for the belt. If you don't agree to take up the challenge, they win by default. But if you can successfully defend your title 3 times, the belt is yours to keep. Do you accept the terms?
We do indeed accept the terms.
Okay. Take your belts, team. And have you got a message for your challengers out there?
Basically, to him, bring it on.
Yeah?
Yes.
It's a united front, Craig. All we have to do now is find a challenger.
Yes, well done, Behemoth. And as for the rest of you, come and have a go if you think you're hard enough. But now, I feel the need for 3 robots in a free-for-all rumble. And there's only one word for that, folks. Mayhem! Let's go mental!
3 robots fight, Pussycat, Something and Smidsy. Last one standing wins. Only one to qualify for one of our 2 Annihilator specials later in the series. 1 mayhem in every programme of Robot Wars Extreme.
From cyberspace, Smidsy.
Made it to the heat final in the last series, but no further. The name means sorry, mate, I didn't see you. The Jaws operated by a luxury car seat actuator. They've had radio signal problems in the past.
I'm Mike, captain of Team Ixion. This is Andy on weapons, Robin the driver. This is Smidsy. We've always been tenacious. This year we've got more bite. We're going to smash them up in the ring, leave them to sweep up the pieces.
From Gloucester, Pussycat.
They've beaten the formidable Razor in the past. A grand finalist in the last wars. It's the lightest in this mayhem melee, but the cutting blade means watch out for the itty-bitty Savage Kitty.
Hi, we're the Cold Fusion team. I'm Al Gribble. This is Dave, the driver, Robert, our weapons man, and this is our robot Pussycat. This is our new 2-tooth blade, which will cut through just about anything.
From Leicester, Something.
Our gorgeous grunge eco-warrior team, built from bits scavenged from rubbish skips. But the Crusher axe and new circular saw could leave opponents in the scrapyard.
Hi, we're Team Tetanus. I'm Dig, this is Jeff, and this is Paul. Paul's replacing Johnny, because Johnny's lost. Paul, however, has been drafted in to help create the awesome twin discs of death.
Thrown in against them are 2 house robots. The flamethrower of Sergeant Bash. And Matilda, with a new weapon this time around. A 27-kilo flywheel that can rip opponents to shreds.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Don't forget, only 1 robot can go through to the Annihilator if there are 2 or more left standing at the end of this battle, and the judges will have to decide. Certainly at the moment, Smidsy and Pussycat coming straight into the battle, something a little bit slow to come out of the traps. Bit tentative there, and I think it's in trouble straight away. Something has come straight into the battle, and you can see there, yes, the chain drive for the circular saw has come off Something. Meanwhile, can you hear that siren in the background? I'll tell you about it in a minute, but let's have a look at that chain. It's come off Something. But could you hear the siren in the background? New feature for Robot Wars Extreme. There you see the pit opened up. The siren was because one of the robots went down the arena, pressed on the yellow tyre. When you press on the yellow tyre, it's a release button for the pit of oblivion to open up, and that's what's happened. So they'll have to beware now. The ref bot comes in for a little cursory glance. That's Something. Well, the weaponry's gone. Meanwhile, Smidsy and Pussycat again. If you have to go weapon to weapon on those 2 teams, I'd fancy Pussycat, I must admit. This moment in time, Sergeant Bash taking on something spinning wheels but going absolutely nowhere. Something and nothing. Its own spike actually impaled on Sergeant Bash, but now free. Do itself any favours though. Matilda coming for a glance. That's what we want. All three robots crashing together, and Sergeant Bash in there as well. And Matilda, good to see. Pussycat spinning away. Something back on the attack. Has the little spike. Has the crushing arm. Slightly wedge-shaped as well. And still on the attack, something despite losing that circular saw. Good to see the aggression. And certainly Bash unhappy, getting spiked again. And a little blast of the flame came out. Aggression from something here. And also from Pussycat. And Smidzy stands in the rear with its ramming jaws, can flip, can drive over attacks, upgraded mechanical ability, but for me it's Pussycat and something doing all the aggressive work here. Smidzy dancing around, dodging, something locked together with Pussycat. That spike, you know, is causing damage, but also, in a way, is detracting from something. Pit, they want the robots down. Something's maneuverability hindered by its own spike, but clinging on to Pussycat, trying to cause some damage, trying to cut down through the chassis of Pussycat. There's Dig at the controls. Our Eco-Warrior team. Pussycat with Alan Gribble at the controls. David, his son, in the team. And something as well. Still clinging on to Smidzy. I think this may well go to the judges to decide who goes through to one of our two annihilators. Although Smidzy seems to have lost control there. One side is going round in circles. That'll count against it. And it's teetering and tottering on the brink. And Smidzy has gone. Smidzy is out of it. So, where there were three, there are now just the two. But we're into the last 10 seconds. Pussycat nudging Smidzy further on down into the grave. And Pussycat and something will stand and go to the judges.
Well. Smidzy's in the pit. Smidzy's out of it. But the judges have got to decide between Pussycat and something. We'll leave it to them while they're making up their rather intelligent minds. Let's see some of the highlights of that robo action.
Well, this was Pussycat and something crash and bash. Something, don't forget, lost the circular saw early on. Very early on there, you see. So part of its weaponry is gone. Smidzy, I thought, was tentative throughout. Eventually went down into the pit and out of the contest, leaving the judges to decide on the others.
And the judges have made their decision. The cat has roared again. The winners are Pussycat 2. Tough one.
Yeah. One of the opponents we'd always wanted to fight. They're one of the best robots out there, I reckon.
But there's something.
Yeah. Real character.
It seems to have a kind of works that saw of yours can get at, though, if you're accurate enough.
Yeah, and now we've got the steering right, and Dave's on form.
Yeah, you were driving well there, weren't you?
Yeah, what it was is we had the caster on the front too high. And what we've done is we've lowered it, and now it's handling really nice.
When I'm walking around the pitch, your robot is one of the robots that I'm always kind of a bit wary of walking past. It's really tall when it's standing on its four wheels, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that saw, that looks like it can do some serious damage if it gets hold of you.
Yeah, it can.
It can it? Yeah. I mean, it's such an unusual design. No one's really got a saw like that on robot wheels.
Well, that's the whole point. So you've got to be different and creative.
Oh, different and creative. Oh, aren't we full of ourselves? You've won the mayhem, you're through. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Pussycat 2! Right then, back to our challenge belt. Earlier on, Julia gave it to Behemoth, and so far, no one's dared take them on. Well, Behemoth, I know you're in the pits, and I've got some bad news for you. Steel Avenger, what do you want to say to them?
Behemoth, you got that belt, and we want that belt from you. We accept the challenge, and we want to hang it up with the rest of our trophies.
Well, the gauntlet's been thrown down. So, do you want to see Behemoth versus Steel Avenger? Should Behemoth accept the challenge? So, Juliet, what do Behemoth say to that?
Well, we've heard the challenge. The audience wants it. They want it. Behemoth, do you want it?
Yeah, bring it on.
Alrighty, that's what we like. And we also like the biggest, baddest, meanest robots. So much so that we've given them their own competition. So are you up for the most dangerous robots? Then bring on the All-Stars.
Proven champions face off in a knockout tournament across the series. First up, Chaos 2, champion of the third and fourth wars, arguably the all-star robot, against Exterminator, a previous semi-finalist. What a battle this will be!
Yeah, indeed, Jonathan. This is the draw from hell.
Well, we think it's a good draw because they're the championship leaders and we're going to take them out.
You do you?
We certainly do.
You think you're going to take out the reigning champions?
Yep, it's going to make our day to send them home packing.
Oh, confident. But why? What right have you got to think that you can take out the reigning champions?
Chaos 2 is an old robot. This is all new. He hasn't seen it working. And Chaos 2, we're coming to get you.
Watch out. You don't often get defeated, do you, George? Are you confident that you're still going to come out of this fight on top?
Well, I get defeated occasionally, yeah. But we've improved the robot this year. Bigger gas bottle, so a bit more flips, bigger rams, so they should go higher.
And can you flip that extra 20 kilos? That's the key question, isn't it?
Hopefully, yes. Yeah. We'll find out in a little while.
From Bramford, Ipswich, Chaos 2.
The pneumatic flipper powered by a fire extinguisher can throw virtually anything, but what happens if the CO2 runs out? A chaos theory, chaos fact, they're unbeaten with this robot.
Hi, we're the Chaos 2 team. This is Richard and Ian, and I'm George. And if you know anything at all about Robot Wars, you already know who we are.
From Belmont, in Hereford, Exterminator.
This Silver Dream machine has an axe, a Stream-X operating mechanism, aluminium shell, 25 miles an hour top speeds, but we've noticed steering problems for the heavyweight of this tussle.
Hi, I'm Marlon Pritchard, this is Simon Baldwin, and Paul Lewis has gone AWOL. This is our robot Exterminator, with the improved axe this year that's going to knock holes in just about everything we meet.
And for the first time in this series, we've placed in the war zone Shunt to worry for opponents, the phenomenal pushing power, and Matilda, and a worry for us and you and everyone, she has no self-control whatsoever.
Roboteers, stand by.
Rarely chaotic. George Francis at the controls of Chaos 2 and Marlon Pritchard with Exterminator.
2, 1. Activate.
Style of Chaos 2 to go straight onto the attack, and it's done so again! Slamming into Exterminator, that is 99 kilos of robot! Chaos 2 has just tossed simply into the air. Look at this! Bang! Slam! Exterminator can right itself, thankfully, using the side prods there, and also the axe weaponry. Chaos 2, another little flip, using the fire extinguisher powered CO2 flipper, which seems to me to be in some trouble now. Can they close that flipper down? George Francis frantically trying. I don't think he can. I think it's stuck. An Exterminator has sensed something is wrong here with the all-powerful Chaos 2. And the axe weapon of Exterminator has got a hold on Chaos 2. And George Francis basically here, well, basically, as Robot Wars Tactics will tell you, is running away. That's what he's doing. George Francis, he comes back on the attack, but he knows he's got to stay out of trouble. I think the weapon... No, it's not. It's not in position. Now is it, I wonder? It's come down, but the Exterminator boys know they've got a real chance here. Chaos 2 flipping Exterminator over again in fine style, so the weapon's okay now. It did jam. Is it jammed again? The crowd know where they want Exterminator to go. This is Shunt with the bulldozer. I wonder if Exterminator here is immobilised. Shunt pushing this giant of a robot across the war zone floor. The ref bot having a check. Exterminator, what a bright start, and Chaos 2 was wobbling, it was on the ropes, but I think Exterminator is counted out. What a shame. Matilda can come and have some fun and shunt as well. Well, it doesn't matter that it's self-righted now because it has been counted out by the ref bot. The contest is over. Chaos 2, just to add insult to injury, has flipped Exterminator into the flywheel of Matilda. Look at this. And look at the pieces literally being ripped away from the frame of Exterminator there. Torn apart. The aluminium shell of Exterminator. They know they're a beaten team. He was worried, George Francis, let me tell you.
Exterminator immobilised, given the red card by Refbot. Exterminator, exterminated. Chaos 2 go through! 2 times winners of the British Championship. You never seem to lose a fight.
Well, nearly lost that one. Something wrong with the exhaust valve there. The flipper got stuck up.
You are the All-Stars All-Star at the moment. You can go all the way in this competition.
Have to see. Got to fix it first.
I've never, ever seen you lose a fight yet. Well, congratulations, you're through to the next round. Let's hear it for Chaos 2!
That's Chaos 2 through to the All-Stars Tournament quarter-final later on in the series, and I'm pleased to say we've got another battle for you now, the ever-popular Diotor and the uniquely shaped Wheelie Big Cheese.
So I am in the pits with Wheelie Big Cheese. Roger, have you fought Diotor before?
No, we haven't met him in any of the wars.
Ah, are you keen for this fight? Are you up for it?
Yeah, definitely.
Have you sized up their robots?
Yes, they've got a flipper that's powered by a couple of car springs, which is no problem because we can flip an entire car.
Ooh, so Murray.
We're really confident.
And the team that sounds like it's going to be in serious trouble is Diotor. They're going to cream you guys. Cream you.
Ah, cheese cream, very good. You can smell him from here, actually. You know, he's a bit ripe at this stage. Under the lights, no, we're not in any problems. Not any problems with him at all.
And apparently your only weapon is a couple of car springs.
Well, actually, these are the front springs out of the space shuttle. They lent it to us from NASA, you know, so we...
He's all talk, this man, but we do love him. Good luck, and I hope that fur is protective clothing.
From Clondalkin, Dublin, Diotor.
They always win the Best Sports Award on Robot Wars. They never get very far. Petrol on board, fur-lined, flame jets all over the arena. Get the picture?
Hi, I'm Kieran Byrne. I'm the armour. This is Pete Redmond, he's the captain. And Joe Gavin, the electrician. This is the robot Diotor 2. We're here to kick ass and chew bubblegum. And we're all out of gum.
From Langport in Somerset, Wheelie Big Cheese.
Beaten in the semi-finals of the Fourth Wars on a judge's decision. I love the titanium thrower. It can toss 800 kilos, powered by 2 golf cart motors. Will this be a spree for the Brie?
Hello, I'm Roger. This is Murray. This is John. We're the Wheelie Big Cheese team from Somerset. This is our robot, all built out of titanium. Toughest robot on the block. Here to smash everything else to bits.
Yeah, well, we put 2 of our house robots in with you. Dead metal with the weapon synergy. Also, the frightening figure of the invincible Sir Killalot.
Roboteers, stand by.
Roger Plant at the controls of Wheelie Big Cheese and Peter Redmond there with Diotor.
3, 2, 1.
Diotor's got to dance and prance and stay out of range of that mighty titanium flipper, and it's done its own little bit of shoveling work there early on. Diotor is Dr. Zulu at the controls as well with Peter Redmond. Kieran Byrne, as he calls himself. Look at the eyes, they're great, aren't they? Roger Plant builds and designs robots. That's all he does, actually. Well, apart from taking his 4 German Shepherd dogs out for a walk. Oh! One of the eyes has come off Diotor. Well, they've turned over. Look at the attack here. Wheelie Big Cheese flips him up and over, and eye shatters completely. Diotor with the spikes on the side to help itself right, I presume. Tossed around the arena by Wheelie Big Cheese. They must self-right shortly, otherwise they'll be counted out. There's the ref bot coming in, and Killalot as well. Now that's out of order, Killalot. because Diotor was not in a CPZ. It had not yet been counted out. Killalot should not be doing this. Redbot, get in there. And that's a yellow card. A yellow card for Killalot. A new feature of this series of Extreme. Redbot finally stamping his authority and also giving Diotor the red card, of course. They're out of it. They were immobilised. And now the House Robots can come in and finally dump Diotor in the pit or wherever they want to. On the angle grinder there on this side of the arena. Now Killalot can have its chance. But the House Robots, for me, have been getting away with far too much for far too long. And that's why we've said to Redbot, go in there and use your authority on Killalot. Well, rather you than me, Redbot. But Diotor, of course, in bits and pieces. Same old story. Nothing new there then. But they're great sports and they'll be back again. Look at the fur. Why do they look at the fur? It's shredded, looks like a cat's tail in there. Why do they keep lining it with fur? Over the flame pit. There's a little bit of a tail now on dead metal as well. The war zone is strewn with parts of Diotor. But of course, where there's a loser, it means we have a winner. Wheelie Big Cheese, the second of our robots through to the quarterfinals of the All-Stars competition in this series of Extreme.
Zulu, that was a pathetic loss.
He was driving, not me. And he welded. He welded it. It's all your fault.
You should have been there to weld it, shouldn't you?
And you were quite confident before, weren't you? NASA grade springs, we were talking about earlier.
Springs are great, but they just couldn't go down anymore because there's no chain to pull them down.
But we didn't see too many flames. I was gutted about that. We at least wanted to see the fur on fire. Fireproof?
Well, we have specialists working on it in Ireland, you know, so it's flame resistant now.
They're a good laugh anyway. Wheelie Big Cheese, fantastic work. You said you could flip a car, and they were flipping useless as far as I can make out. How did it go?
It went well. We were pleased with that.
We didn't see much action from you at the end, though. It was quite easy. It was all too easy, I thought.
We decided to behave ourselves.
Behave yourselves? Do you think you could have gone in for a bit more at the end there?
We'll save the best till later. Definitely, save the best for later.
Well done, team. You are through to the All-Star quarterfinals. I will take you back to the pits.
Oh, all right. We will see you there.
So, that was Extreme for you. It ain't sophisticated, just big, raw and brutal. And that's the way we love it. But guys, I promise you one last mother of a fight. So are you up for it? Yes, it's the big one. The one we've all been waiting for. Behemoth versus Steel Avenger for that challenge belt.
So the holders, Behemoth, given the challenge belt by WAR, the World Association of Robotics, and the challengers, Steel Avenger.
Well, this is the fight that we've been building up to all evening. It's the very first fight for the Behemoth challenge belt. Are you confident about this fight?
Of course we're confident.
Have you fought these guys before?
We haven't fought them before, but they look like they've got a pretty pants robot.
Right, pants robot, they say. Yeah?
Oh, I will show them. When we come out of that arena, we're taking that belt with us.
How badly do you want it?
Very badly.
OK, Craig, who's your money on?
Well, Behemoth has to be favourite in this one. But Jonathan, are we in for any surprises from Steel Avenger?
I'll tell you what, let's just catch up with some form guides, shall we? On paper, Behemoth has got the further in the past, but the Steel Avenger has won the Best Engineered Robot award before, and they're back with bigger and better weaponry, so you never know. This is too close on paper for me to call, I'm afraid.
Thank you, Jonathan. So here we have it. First up in the war zone, they reckon they're unbeatable. Let it rip for the holders of the Extreme Challenge belt, Behemoth!
From Hemel Hempstead in Hertfordshire, Behemoth.
Beaten in the heat final of the last wars on a judge's decision, weighing in at 95 kilos, the titanium shell and bucket scoop. But is it underpowered, I wonder?
Hi, I'm Kane Aston.
Anthony Pritchard.
And Michael Pritchard. We're here with Behemoth. We're back this time, bigger, better, bolder.
And hope open to take the belt off them. Let's go crazy for Steel Avenger.
From Holton St Mary, the Steel Avenger.
Clad in steel and polycarbonate armour, the team as well. The axe is supplemented by a spike and rear flipper. Will they dust off Behemoth or be a feather in the cap of the belt holders?
I'm John Willoughby, this is Jackie, and this is Tony. This is our robot, the Steel Avenger, and we are Team Steel Avenger. We've come along here to do some serious damage to other robots and kick some serious road butt.
And the house robots for this thrilling contest, Sir Kill-A-Lot. Awesome, fearful, and his sidekick, the gruesome, grotesque Matilda!
Roboteers, stand by.
Anthony Pritchard at the controls of Behemoth, John Willoughby there at the controls of Steel Avenger.
3, 2, 1, activate.
There's the green light from Redbot. Steel Avenger coming in from the right of your picture with the feather duster. Now that's not going to last long, is it? Not in the flame pits, I would have thought. Dancing away. The sparks from the angle grinders at the side of the arena. Behemoth backing on to the Steel Avenger. Has the pneumatic scoop in the front, Behemoth. The Avenger using the pneumatic axe. The Avenger is slightly the heavier, 100 kilos, plays 95. But certainly driving Behemoth here around the war zone floor. The Refbot has a check. Steel Avenger has been beaten by robots like the Wild Thing and also Diator in the past. Behemoth has a very good track record, you remember. Beaten by Exterminator in the last wars on a judge's decision. And flipping the Steel Avenger on its side. Behemoth with the power in the end. Look at that scoop. Then the axe came down. A concerted 1-2 attack. And now, with the feather duster left behind, the Steel Avenger is in no shape to avenge anything. And I think here the challenge belt will remain with Behemoth. Oh, what's the Repbot doing? He's nudged the Steel Avenger off the flame pit there. The crowd don't like it, and neither do I. Should have been left to lie, I think. Behemoth on the attack again. Anthony Pritchard, a model maker by trade at the controls. And a model attack of the Steel Avenger very nearly out of the arena. It's almost out. Bang! Down. Crashing onto the war zone floor and away. Lucky escape for the Avenger. Great attack here by Anthony Pritchard at the controls, the 24-year-old. Leaving the Steel Avenger perilously close to defeat. Toppling down and away, just about. Behemoth waiting to come in on the attack again. Well placed, well positioned. Another drive with the scoop, the bucket at the front. And the Steel Avenger taking on Sir Kill-A-Lot. Hardly wise, foolhardy. Jetting away. Just escaping. And now up to 15 miles an hour over the war zone floor. But in comes Behemoth, in for the kill. Sensing victory, perhaps steam is being vented there from the arena floor in one great jet. The Refbot has another check on the Steel Avenger. Moving quickly, trying to avoid trouble, knowing it is the second best out there, really, to Behemoth. And the Steel Avenger again turned on its side. 100 kilos, look at this. Straight onto the bucket scoop, the pneumatic scoop. Driven by the 24-volt electric motor, Behemoth. Comes in again on the attack, into the CPZ. The Steel Avenger is toppled. This is Kill-A-Lot, can go into that CPZ. It's a corner patrol zone, that's home to the house robots. For me, the Steel Avenger's self-running mechanism is finished. He looks immobilised. Oh, look at Behemoth trying to tip to Kill-A-Lot over here. A well-timed attack there by Anthony Pritchard. Seeing that Sir Kill-A-Lot may have been off balance, is okay now, but Behemoth went in on the attack and Sir Kill-A-Lot doesn't like it. And he's turned his attention on Behemoth now and coming away with that mighty claw in the lance. A whisper in Matilda's ear by Sir Kill-A-Lot. Planning deadly, dastardly revenge on Behemoth, perhaps. Refbot a check on the Steel Avenger. Wasn't counted out. Still in the fight, but only just. And again turned over on its side. Behemoth must have the points in the bag should this go for a referee's decision. I don't think it'll be needed. And the Refbot counting down the Steel Avenger. And it's all over. The challenge belt will rest with a Behemoth. There you see Behemoth nudging the pit release. I'm not too sure if it's too late for the Steel Avenger to go down to the pit. It is! The Steel Avenger counted out anyway by the Refbot. The belt remains with Behemoth. it meet its grisly end, I wonder? A prod, a nudge and a shove, and the Steel Avenger doesn't want to go. But the bravado's all for show, and at full pelt, Behemoth retains the belt.
All right, old ding-dong. They are fighting for this. Steel Avenger are immobilised. Behemoth, keep the belt. Let's hear it for Behemoth. How did you stay in the arena? I've never seen that before. You were balancing on top of the arena wall.
We like to live life on the edge. You know?
Oh, seriously? What's all this about Behemoth being pants?
Well, they are, aren't they?
They started it. They started it.
If they're pants, you're knickers, I tell you. That did not go according to plan, did it?
Not really, no.
No. Did you honestly think you could take them? Your axe was doing some serious work, but it just didn't seem hard enough.
Didn't get in the right places, really. You know, it's a fast and furious chase down there. And just didn't quite get it right.
Well, you were brave challengers, but you're not getting this belt. No, this belt belongs to Behemoth. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it. Steel Avenger! Here you go, lads. You get to keep the Extreme Challenge belt.
Yeah.
I bet you thought you had them at the arena there, didn't you?
Yeah, we nearly had them, but they balanced on the edge.
It was close, but you're tenacious. You kept coming back and flipping them over and flipping them over. And then, what is it? Trying to have a go at Kill a Lot. You know he's got a long memory.
Yeah, well, I was actually trying to rescue Steel Avenger, because if you look, we flipped him over so as I could get away from him.
Yeah.
So.
I just thought you flipped them over so you could flip them back over again. I thought
No,
you was playing
it was
with
actually
them.
trying to rescue him, because Sir Kill a Lot does damage, so we're trying to rescue him.
You're trying to rescue them.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, you did enough damage yourself to them anyway.
Well,
and
yeah.
to their egos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You keep the Robot Wars Extremes Challenge belt, but you know there's going to be lots of robots who are going to come and have a go, who think they're hard enough. They're going to come and try and claim that belt off you. Are you ready for them?
Yeah, bring them on. We're ready for the next fight.
Behemoth are ready to rumble. Let's hear it for Behemoth. Well, Steel Avenger are suffering from low self-esteem. Behemoth keep the Extreme belt on Robot Wars Extreme. Bye-bye. Time on Robot Wars Extreme, has Hypnodisc, the most destructive robot ever, finally spun its last in the mechanical mother of all mayhems.